Skirting the coast for 280 kilometres on the Exmouth Peninsula in WA's northwest, the Ningaloo Reef is one of the biggest and most pristine coral reefs in the world.
It's just a fantastic place. I mean, the weather is just brilliant. The fishing, the marine sports, the diving, the snorkelling. The Ningaloo Reef is world famous.
Every year more people are drawn to the area thanks largely to the reef's abundant aquatic life and the annual migration of the whale shark. It's the only place in the world where the threatened marine giants come so close to shore and in such numbers. Dozens pass the reef from May to August. Scientists know little about this huge creature, but one thing is certain. It pulls big numbers of people who are willing to part with up to $400 each to get close to them.
Okay guys, come on down. I'd like to show off the finer points of a deep water entrance.
The wilderness experience of the reef and its whale sharks comes at a hefty premium. One of these tents on the dunes between the desert and the reef will set you back $650 a night, with meals included. But it wasn't always like this. Long-term residents of Exmouth remember when the only tourists who would visit the area were hardy fishermen. But as visitor numbers grew, locals had to adjust.
There was, I think, some degree of animosity towards the tourism. I don't think the town adjusted quickly to these influxes of people gobbling up the resources.
Exmouth was established in 1964 to service a United States Navy communications base. When the US Navy set sail in 1992, the town hit the doldrums.
Tourism, it's the lifeblood of Exmouth. Since the US Navy moved out years ago, tourism has been the major sustainable development in Exmouth.
But the tourism boom here has created special problems. How to balance visitors' needs with the fragile environment of the reef and surrounding region. Few are more conscious of the town's needs than former Shire President Doug Barthgate, who lived in Exmouth for 36 years.
The biggest pressure is going to be how to manage the numbers that want to actually come there now. And that's the biggest trick in the whole planning process.
Local businessman and councillor Lynn Martin runs a caravan park, which at this time of the year will accommodate up to 900 people a night. He says the town's services are stretched and points to this coastal canal development as an example.
We're looking at a huge development, tens of millions of dollars down at the marina. There are many, many people wanting to build down there and unable to secure accommodation for their workers, like builders and contractors, etc. It's one of the major issues at the moment.
So where's the old jetty?
Locals have fought development battles in the past. In 2000, a controversial plan to build a huge resort and marina at Maud's Landing south of Exmouth prompted a massive campaign against it.
Say the right thing!
Save the reef!
The resort plans were rejected in 2003, and a new tourism research centre is hoping to learn from that experience. The Sustainable Tourism Cooperative Research Centre has set itself the some may say impossible task of trying to keep developers, the environment and the local community happy.
We have a growing industry, but we actually have the opportunity to do the planning and make all of the considerations about development of the place before developers arrive.
This approach to tourism is a first in Australia. The head of the Cooperative Research Centre, Professor Terry de Lacy, says if a blueprint can be developed here, it could be applied anywhere there's a demand for tourism developments.
We want to use this as a case study to understand and then apply it in the big picture. So we want to get an overview of this and be able to understand it at a detail level and then apply it to the big picture of Australia.
The study has already found catering to a change in tourist demands is one of the big issues facing Exmouth.
We've got to give them a real, authentic experience.
And this is just what people are looking for when they visit Exmouth, say locals. While the tourism industry has been wholeheartedly embraced, they want limits on development to preserve the area's main attraction, its wilderness.
People, particularly international people, and a lot of Australians now are crying out for maintained wilderness or undisturbed wilderness, and that's very, very important that we do keep that.